You have to understand, depending on your comfort level, people exit actually, right? It's all about negotiations. People exit to make something else, right? So we've seen that not just in tech, but even the food industry, like yung people sold the mang inasal,
Yeah.
but the owner made something else that's smaller, similar, right?
Yeah.
So for me, ideally, if you really believe your product, get the golden handcuff, which is acquihire. You get sell it out, but try to retain some sort of royalty or what, no?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Kaka Computer, where tech meets vet and wisdom. So for this topic, we're talking about the startup or the business side of things with Sir Rafi, right? So for my question, sir, like for example, if you're going to be a consultant, right? Now, for example, sabihin natin mid to early consultant na freelance ka, what would be your rate?
Rate,
Yeah,
rate
like an hourly rate, right?
for
Being
my-
a consultant to
to a freelance,
yeah.
to a startup.
Not
No?
just startup, pwedeng outsource ka,
Mm.
right, from a certain company, and then you are hired as a consultant. For example, early consultant or starting consultant, how do you going to define your worth, diba, dito sa mga clients eh?
Depende kasi yan on how early and what they need, no? So, to be frank, if may relationship naman ako, kasi they're approaching me, may relationship sila sa akin, kung meron yan, usually I'll just give advice for free. Hindi naman ako hihingin ng compensation on that, no? But if hindi ko sila kilala, may malaking chance actually na hindi ako papayag to be consultant even to begin with, no? Kasi I might not believe in the product itself or ano. So I don't take, and ideally, no, look for consultants that actually believe your product. Kasi if they don't believe it, they will ask for compensation na you might not be willing to give, or for example, if papera ako, sasabihin ko, sige, I'll charge you $50 to $100 per hour as a consultation, no? 50 to 100 kasi Pilipinas tayo, right? But again, if you're my friend, then yeah, I'll go with the belief first, or how you are.
So do you believe in startups, sir?
Do I believe in startups? Not so much, to be frank, no. The reason for that is I've been in the startup world for quite some time.
Okay.
And we, especially in the Philippines, we haven't really produced in my opinion, a real unicorn, which is not backed by a major conglomerate
Yeah.
or something like that, na. But I do think that we should continue with startups because we've seen that globally that it can happen, right? So my advice to startups, number one, for me to believe a startup, number one is the founders must put money on it, grassroots.
Oh.
They're willing to pay employees
To bootstrap.
from bootstrap.
Yeah.
Employees, or compensate their employees, not just sweat capital. That means they're putting a bet on the startup and their idea. They have conviction on it. The second advice that I would give to startups is that what they say, launch globally. Ideally,
Yeah.
you can build it here, but if you can, launch it globally.
Have the market global na, sir.
Have the market globally, register it outside, or at least, it doesn't, don't limit your market immediately. Of course, unless you are a hyper local startup. And that's also a different thing naman.
But are you still inclined to believing that some maybe in the near future there could still be the next unicorn or a unicorn in the
Ano ba yung
Philippine-
hinahanap din natin, sir, sa unicorn?
Yeah.
Na startup, sir.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Like I said in some of the previous episodes, not necessarily. I think there will be a lot of, because of AI, there will be a lot of small indie products, small indie. So instead of a super app, there will now be a lot of these small productivity tools, small companies that is small but global. Parang limited scope, global, but highly integratable. Maybe with an MCP server available for it.
So
right?
B2B, sir, yung market.
there'll be a lot more for that,
Okay.
right? Of course, B2C will be there
Okay.
because that's where, if you have a lot of base of consumer, but
Yeah.
I think B2C is more towards product based, like, that's why we have a lot of TikTok sellers,
Yeah.
Shopee sellers, ganyan, or they earn money because that's B2C, consumable,
Mm.
Okay.
right? But for dev houses, I think a lot of small tools, but global
B2B.
reach.
When it comes to like, for example, naging successful na sila, di ba? And the founder put money on it. What would you suggest for them to go to market? What is the particular maybe 2 points? I mean, as a strategy.
So sorry, I need clarification. Kasi successful na sila. That means
I
they've
mean,
already gone to
they're
market.
ready to like production and then go to market.
So they're not yet successful. They're
Uh-huh.
still going to market.
Yeah.
Okay. MVP pa lang.
Yeah.
MVP.
I would say go to market as soon as possible. To be
Ship
frank.
fast talaga.
Even if you sell, kasi getting good reviews early or early testers, that's okay. But the real measurement is, are people willing to pay for it?
Mm.
No?
Whether you're a company looking for visibility or a community friend who simply wants to support, every contribution helps us keep delivering episodes twice a week, and even more special features. Check out our sponsorship tiers and join us at patreon.com/kakacomputer.
So, even if you before you launch, try to put already a value to it. No? Parang put a price tag on it.
Mm.
You cannot run forever on free credits or run forever on, even what do you call this? Runway on investors, right? Try to operationalize it.
Yeah.
What is the cost to running your product? Look at cost of goods sold versus your actual output. The free credits, the investor money is there as a buffer. Initially, it's like your R&D, but look at operations as if it wasn't there, would you still survive?
Yeah. Adding up to that, let's say you're already or you're already running a successful startup that's seems to having a steady pace of growth. Let's say a top or a big company, a big
Startup
giant,
only.
yeah. Let's say a faang company would want to buy your company. Would you want to sell out or try to grow it to compete with them?
That's always a interesting question, no? Because you have to understand, depending on your comfort level, people exit actually, right? It's all about negotiations. Sometimes people exit to make something else, right? So we've seen that not just in tech, but even the food industry, like yung people sold the Mang Inasal,
Yeah.
but the owner made something else that's smaller, similar, right?
Yeah.
So for me, ideally, if you really believe your product, get the golden handcuff, which is acquihire. You sell it out, but try to retain some sort of royalty or what, no?
Yeah. Pero let's say that would change the vision of or the direction of the company. Would your acquiring idea would change?
They have total control na dun sa
Yeah. So
company.
actually, when you make your startup, one of the things, if you really are some of these things that you have to think about even early, are you building a startup for exit? Are you building it for yourself? Right? It's easier for yourself if you are able to operationalize it. You don't need outside investment, right? But some people actually build a startup for exit. They're even beforehand, that's what they plan for.
So in terms of, for example, sir, sa mga products ng startup, do you believe dun sa strategy na copy and then you sell it slower? Or yung mga services na kokopyahin mo globally, that's happening globally, and then isa-sell mo siya ng cheaper side, cheaper na prices.
I'm not sure if that is applicable now. Maybe before, yes. Because the cost of what do you call this? To wrap up to that, right, is harder before. You need to build a team, etc. But now, the cost of making a startup or doing that is not as high anymore. So now it's all about maybe your brand, customer loyalty, right?
Yeah.
So back to the question is, do I believe that strategy still works? I don't think so. I don't think that works anymore.
Especially, sir, kapag
Yeah,
startup, ay kapag grassroots magsimula, sir.
Mm.
So kapag for example, kung gagawin siya ng known company na may high retention of users, parang kayang pwede
Kung
pa.
gagawin mo yon, dapat in the like I said, your goal initially was to be bought. Parang you make it in a way na your goal was to be bought. So you had that already in mind. I will make this here, but I will always pitch them the idea, etc., so that I will be bought.
Okay. I think that's
Maybe last question.
Sure.
So what will be your message for these startups, like if they wanted to build like today, like what are the things they need to know in 2026?
Things to know in 2026. That's a hard question. For startups, number one is always solve a real problem.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right. So ideally,
saka na ba yung monetization, sir? Problem ba muna?
solve a problem. Make sure that problem is painful enough that somebody will pay for it. If it's a problem and people don't pay for it, then no, not really. No,
Yeah.
parang you won't survive out of that. Unless, of course, you just want to watch the world do better. Yung mga social enterprise natin, etc., out of your goodwill, right? So it also depends if you're a social enterprise, non-profit, or for-profit startup, right? So things that they need to know is ano ba? Parang I guess like a problem that people pay for. Siguro to all other startups out there that are thinking, look at the standard, look at their competition, what is your moat, what makes you different, right? Sometimes it's the execution, right? Even I consider, let's say, if you consider Kaka Computer as a startup, what's different? We're studio-based, right? Diba yung feeling pag masuot mo to kaysa naka-zoom, right? May quality, focus on quality and everything. Also focus on long-term. We've been doing this for a year, almost a year and a half, and I can see that we can continue doing this indefinitely. Right? We have the right partners, so I guess not just the problem, but also look at how the ecosystem can support you.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Agora, Tutorials Dojo, Young CTO, Amazon Web Services User Group Philippines, and Facebook subscribers. On to our next episode.